All right, Joe Collins. My name is Richard Diaz. I'm with the Inglewood Times, and we support the community here in Inglewood. We also support a lot of the small businesses and the people here, and we wanted to hear what it is that you came to do with your campaign so that we can ask you how you feel about this. What makes you think you can win? What exactly do you feel you up against, and what's your strategy?
So I'm from South Central Los Angeles. I was born on 104th and Normandy and served in the military, get out the military to come back home and see that we're like in still the same condition, maybe worse, when you think about it, with homelessness and jobs leaving than we were before I left. And so what I want to do is I want to rebuild our community. I have a 5-point plan to get us back to what it takes to be a productive and positive society. And so my plan is to rebuild the infrastructure to support small businesses and housing that's affordable. Get financial literacy back into our communities. We need that like more than anything. We have to rebuild our schools and overhaul our education. We're among the last in the United States when it comes to education. We have to rebuild the relationship between the law enforcement and the communities. And we also have to get quality jobs back. And that's what I want to do. These are all things not only am I running on, but we're already starting to do it as we're campaigning. So we do our food drives 3 or 4 times a week throughout the community. COVID-19 shutdown, so a lot of people hurting, so proud to do the food drives. We have our hiring fairs. We had one yesterday, we had one last week, we have another one coming up in about a week. We've been working with different organizations like the Hidden Pioneers to get NASA into our high schools, to give our children a better opportunity to succeed. We're working with the aerospace industry to create job opportunities where people can work without having to have degrees. They can work with apprentice and journeyman programs. I think these are things that we absolutely need, as well as representation. We need somebody who's going to go to Washington, D.C. and bring money back and bring wealth back and bring ideas and plans back to our community. This is something that we haven't been getting for a very long time. And even someone who has a positive outlook, you know, that's what we need. The negativity, it got to stop. A lot of people pin us like it's a us versus them thing, and it's not. We have to come together, we have to work together so we can make positive changes and influences in our own communities.
That's excellent. Do you think that you can reach across the economic divide or the divide between Democrat and Republican? Do you think that you'll be able to work in partnership with Democrats and Republicans in order to bring some type of solution to the community and the crisis that it's in at this moment?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it's hard. I think one of the biggest issues is everybody want to be right, but no one wants to work together. For me, I work with common sense. I work with people who have the drive and ambition to improve our communities. I don't work for any special interests. I don't work for any major corporations. I work from the community for the people that I'm from. So that's important to me. So yeah, I'm a Republican. My district is Democrat, but a lot of people support me because they know that I'll work with anybody to bring opportunities and increase the value and the quality of life of the people who live in our communities.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you. There was one other question. There was a lot of rhetoric, a lot of things going on in the community, and the Inglewood Times is a platform where we want people to be able to speak freely, without fear against whoever or whatever, and to be able to say what they got to say without muffling your voice or taking away the voice from the people.
Yeah.
So there was a question regarding military service.
Yeah.
That was true? Not true?
No, yeah, I know everybody who was spreading a rumor. Maxine actually got the rumor from Omar Navarro, who were running for Congress too. We beat him, that I was dishonorably discharged, and that's absolutely false. I got out the military to get involved in politics, and I got a general under honorable conditions discharge. This whole thing about them running this dishonorable discharge came from when I sued the military to get my benefits. I was homeless. I was sleeping on the streets for about 3 months, and I was going to, you call her Auntie Maxine, I was going to her office to get help with my VA benefits, and she never helped me. So the only way I was able to get my benefits was to sue the military, and I was the military's defense. Well, he was dishonorably discharged. But after I sued the military, then the case dropped because I got my benefits. My benefits came through, so I'm 100% disabled. I'm in college right now for accounting, so the whole narrative of me being dishonorably discharged is false. And we actually filed a defamation lawsuit against Maxine and her campaign committee for running those advertisements. But at the end of the day, it comes with the territory. But we have to start talking about, what's best for us, what's best for our community. And if somebody's going to fight for our community, it shouldn't matter if they were dishonorably discharged or not. She was supposed to help me. She said she fights for all of us, but she doesn't. So, we need somebody who's not only going to fight, but going to win.
What is your stance on being approachable as a candidate? Like here, we came in, I'm able to walk up to you and approach you and ask you questions. when you become in a position of power, as other people have become in positions of power, it's stated that they're not approachable and that they don't help other organizations within the community. How will your stance be on that? Will you be approachable? Will you be able to help people who come and knock at your door, asking questions about the changes that need to be made?
Yeah, you know what I think one of the biggest things about that is, people think that when you get in the office, you become in a position of power, but that's not true because the people vote you in office just like they can vote you out of office. So in my opinion, you become in a position of servant, a position of being a server, serving the community, serving everybody else. And so, yeah, I'm always gonna be approachable because I don't believe that what's best for our community should be my voice. It should be a collaborative effort. So it should be the community working together and giving me the voice so I can take it back to Washington, D.C. so we can get our opportunities back to our community. So you have to be approachable. You're supposed to be. When I'm elected into office, I'm gonna be the representatives for Democrats as well as Republicans and Independents, for Black people as well as white people, Latinos, Asians, people from other countries. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's right. It's true that you've never met Trump in person?
No, I've seen him speak, but I've never met President Trump.
Okay, so the Trump puppet thing is...
She says that about everybody.
Well, our thing is to be subjective and to be neutral on all grounds, and to allow... We got an airplane coming over us. 1 second. The Inglewood Times wants people's voice to be equal, where you can sit down and have a conversation without having your voice spotted or stepped on or removed. And the purpose of our platform, you know, is to sit down and listen. And so we had a lot of questions about your campaign. It's got a lot of videos out. It's got a lot of information out. Me personally, I didn't like Republican Party at all. And I didn't like the people, but the thing is, we live in a community where we want something that's gonna help our community, where a voice can be heard. It seems like a lot of times when people are asking questions to our representatives, that they say one thing and they do something else. So what we're asking you, plainly, is will you be able to do, and is your heart where your voice is? Will you step in and actually make these changes?
Yeah, absolutely. But I need the community to keep me accountable. You know what I'm saying? That's why we need the collaborative effort. I feel the same way about the Republican Party that you do, but I'm a Republican because of the history of Black men getting into politics being Republican. And even when it comes to the president, I mean, a lot of people like him, a lot of people don't. At the end of the day, he said that he's gonna have a $5 billion plan to improve the Black community. So if people don't like me, you can just call me Robin Hood Collins, because I'm gonna get that money and bring it back to our communities, and that's what we need right now. So that's how I feel. He's not gonna give it to Maxine. He doesn't like it.
Well, like I said, I gotta stay on level ground.
Sorry about that.
I'm not choosing no sides on that.
Sorry.
I gotta come to you and allow you to say what you gotta say, and hope that your integrity is good for the accountability of our people itself.
Yeah.
Inglewood right now, how would you deal with our housing and our homeless situation and our vets, that type of situation that's going on in Inglewood right now? Because I got to emphasize Inglewood because this is where I'm from.
Yeah.
I really want to ask these questions because I want to know that the people in my community is actually going to get a job or actually going to go get a house when they have a housing lottery and these type of things, that they actually get it, and it's not we're not a pony and donkey show. We're not here to sit down and try to clown you or give you loaded or trick questions. We're here to try to find out who's going to be the better candidate and what it is that you're going to do to change this. So my last question was, if you had to do something to help immediately with the housing crisis in Inglewood, what would you do?
Well, that's a huge question. When it comes to the housing crisis, in my opinion, we have to attack the state of California, because the amount of taxes that we pay is extremely too high. The restrictions and red tape on development is too much, and the developers hand the cost down to the people who live here in the community. Like, look at the stadium. They just built the stadium, increased the property value, but they don't even have the jobs to come with the cost of living. So my thing is, we have to get the quality jobs back to our community, attack the state of California, reduce the cost of living, and then, we got to start building houses that people can actually live in.
Great remarks. Well, we appreciate your time here at the Inglewood Times, and great event. And we just want to say thank you for the opportunity for allowing us to do this interview.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.